Riff tapes! Hi friends, it's Andriy Vasylenko and welcome to MetalliGeek, where we're over-analyzing our favorite fucking band. It's been a long time since I made a video podcast, and now it's a special occasion for which I just had to record myself, my fucking face. And yeah, it's February 10th. And firstly, this is Cliff Burton's 60th birthday. And also, February 10th is the time that I started my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel back in 2014. And it's no coincidence, it was Cliff's birthday too, and I made a cover. Guess which one? Yeah, that was Orion, my first take of Orion. It started the channel and my YouTube journey. And let's recap this way. These 8 years we started as bass covers on one channel and ended up as like this on this channel. I'll share my most successful videos from each of the years, and yeah. But first a couple words about the latest Metallica news. Metallica have announced that they start to gather load and reload stuff. Materials that you, the fans, might have in possession, like photos that you took, passes, tickets, bootlegs, everything that is related to the 1995-1997 period. For what? For the upcoming reissue, to follow the Black Album reissue, which was a massive success and massive fun for us, because you know that when Metallica is reissuing an album, the deluxe box, it means they have some cool shit, such as riff tapes, demos, unreleased takes, rehearsals, and everything that is related to the music, the beginnings of it, the beginnings of the legendary songs. Oh, I love it. And this time I got enough money to buy the deluxe edition, go watch the Black Album unboxing, it's real fun. I got my first vinyl after all. But again, I mostly care about the riff tapes. I'm a composer myself, so I cannot wait to see the very first versions of the load and reload songs and riffs, which are actually great records. The time has passed and we see it was a weird and sweet chapter of Metallica life. They were kinda careless, they just rode on the way of their success and tried something different, but still musical, still rock, heavy. So yeah, if you are old enough to catch the load and reload era of Metallica, and you have some special stuff, and also if you have special stories about those years, those albums, here's the email, all or in description. Riff tapes! But the biggest Metallica news of this month and maybe this half year is Kirk Hammett is releasing his solo album. Alright, and now on to the history of this channel. Not this channel, but two channels where I did Metallica stuff. Again, of a different kind. Bass covers, that was the origins, in guitar covers, and then talking. One day I dared open my mouth, not even knowing English yet, but well, that's where it was just such a breakthrough for me. And yeah, here I am making even podcasts without a script, which is big for me. Which is something that changed my life big time. It's not going to be my full life story, just recapping of the content. So yeah, it started 2014, and I actually thought about YouTube for a year at that point, and bass covers, bass stuff is what I was best at, and Metallica is my favorite band. Making a bass cover of Metallica was the most logical way to start YouTube. And then I thought, alright, let's make Orion, my favorite song of Metallica, basically my favorite bass part. And that was such a foreshadowing, yeah? Making Orion, the very first video I've ever uploaded. On the very first day of my YouTube channel existence, and that day was the birthday of Cliff, February 10th, 2014. So it had set the tone. Then it went to Total Cliff. I decided just to cover everything that Cliff Burton brought to Metallica, dissect his composing and arrangement decisions. Starting May 2014, until this day, there was no months I did not upload a video. Every month, at least one video was on YouTube by me. So, Orion, that first take of Orion out of 4, have gathered 13,000 views, and purely because people scroll to the first video, and that's many YouTubers have the first video like a little bump. I'm no exception. 13,000 views. It's very cringy. I cannot watch my videos, my old videos in from half year ago without this feeling. But I try to keep the legacy so that you can improve, you can grow, you can... Fuck! I'm not ashamed of being stupid, of being making mistake, because that's part of the way. You should not be afraid to look dumb, because this means you are trying to learn something new, and there's no way to bypass it. You gotta look dumb, at least in the eyes of those who have gone the way, who are good at this thing that you are trying to learn, and they've been there too. So don't be afraid of just making it, putting out there, and getting in your little community. Most of the people will be supportive, and the other couple percent, the most smelly ones, you know, this one spoon of shit, either ignore them, or just take it with a grain of salt, or just let the adequate community take care of those guys. Be sure, if you are doing great work, they're gonna pay you back by having your back in the comment section. So yeah, that's the whole thing of being fair and just true on YouTube and everywhere. But the most viewed video of that year, 2014, was What If Cliff Played Fade to Black intro solo. It has 22,000 views, and it was probably the first video, October 2014, when I started this streak. That was the decision, I'm going to make YouTube videos no matter what. By the early 2015, I made like 20 videos of Metallica, mostly Metallica guitar solos played on bass, and I felt a bit tired of it, and I started something that I planned for a long time, Total Cliff. The entire Cliff Burton's Legacy review, and it changed my life because it gathered people who waited for such a series for such a long time. And in that year, most popular video was Orion Take 2, and it has almost 500,000 views at this point. Then, 2016, I finished the Total Cliff series with Anesthesia, also almost 500,000 views now. It's second most viewed video that year. But the most viewed video is actually, Orion Take 3, 520,000 views. Again, improvement in notes, but not in sound, I think. But still, it was good. It was good. And after finishing Total Cliff, I started to making bass covers of other band. Again, natural progression and expansion. I had fun, but still, it was kind of physically demanding for me to make these covers. But one day, I just wanted to talk about Metallica. It was in November, just before the Hardwired album. I made the mini documentary, 8 years in the life of Metallica, prior to between Magnetic and Hardwired. I made a couple of reviews then, the album itself, and yeah. In a couple of months, in March 2017, I uploaded the video that changed my life. 5 things you might have not noticed in Metallica songs. Now it has 640,000 views. Insane! Such a crappy video, but it got eyes. It got people understand, man, there's so many things about Metallica that we don't know, or at least we knew but didn't pay attention to. It's not some simple facts like, did you know that Belt was into his bass? I always rolled my eyes. And back then, and I wanted something more advanced, because I believe there were people like me who are more geeky about Metallica, and that's what my videos were about from the beginning. And that set the tone. I always try to go a little bit deeper into Metallica than just regular top 5 lists and whatever. And the most popular video of that year actually was the last video before the talking period. It was 35 Metallica riffs, bass riffs with stabs. I got inspiration from guys like Cover Solutions, who did like 50 bass intros and stuff with tabs, and it was 35th anniversary of Metallica first show, and I said, well, what the hell, let's do this pretty elaborate video. And over the years it steadily got views, and again, now it's 1 million views, and I might remake it one day. Maybe when the new Metallica album comes, maybe it has a couple more interesting bass riffs. Then on to 2018. It was a hard time in my life, pretty challenging. My girl was born, and we moved houses for the first time, but I found ways to make videos anyway. And my camera, on which I shoot my videos, broke, and I said, man, at least something in the form of video about Metallica has to be put out there. And I just made these compilations of interesting Metallica riffs and stuff, and put the intro. I shot the intro of myself just to remind people that there is a guy with a real face behind it. The first video, such a video, was 20 riffs that were not written by James Hetfield, Metallica riffs. At this point, it is 1 million views. And this point, I also knew I got a new gold streak, a new crack into the system, and I started just pumping out these compilations while I could not make big videos. My camera was broken and just life conditions did not allow long videos. And that helped me sustain YouTube for almost a year. Yeah, my most viewed videos are from that era. 3 million viewers. 20 levels of Metallica guitar solos is my most viewed video now. 1.3 million views. And 15 riffs that were better or worse before. Like the riff tapes, the demos, the initial versions. Then Metallica changed them to the better, to the worse. You decide in the comment section. Also, over 1 million views. I rode the wave. Certainly. And until I could make normal videos again. And the time had come next year. So 2019, we repaired the camera. I talked about Metallica again, long form, and that's also the year that I started podcast because I felt that making videos is too damn difficult to me now. So maybe I'll try to grow something without the picture, just the voice. My English got better, and so maybe people would accept it, at least some of the people. I could not just break the chain. I have to keep building this Metallica community, and so I planted the seed of podcast then, which now started to actually blossom. And also that was the year I visited Metallica show for the first time. It was the first actually episode of Metallic Geek, my review impression to my first Metallica experience. I believe it's somewhere on YouTube, the very first episode. The most viewed video of 2019 was things you might not know about each Metallica song. 400,000 views. With every new video, at least couple of videos, I tried to get the stakes high, get the challenge more challenging. And well, I had some facts about some songs, but what about making a list of a curious fact about each Metallica song? Man, that was not done before, and that's what I did. I compiled it in a couple of months, so whatever popped my mind, whatever I found on the internet. Over 100 facts, for fuck's sake. Then 2020, more videos where I talked about Metallica, but now with the guitar in the hands. I showed something and explained it. And the most successful video, 2020, the year of COVID actually, why Kirk Hammett could not play Metallica's simplest riff. You see that I gotten pretty good at titles, yeah? But the title was not the cherry in the pie. The thumbnail with Kirk Hammett's sextupled face. I just took this note that people like to click on something ugly and unusual. And it became a kind of meme. People started to using that face in their profile pictures and whatever. I'm a little embarrassed that I started, but at least people liked it. Got 660,000 views. And yeah, explained why Kirk didn't play. It's actually one of the simplest riffs. The groovy form is very simple. Da 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 da. But that fast form, trashy form, is da da da. It has such a weird pattern that even I did not know how to play prior to making the videos. When I got the guitar in the hand, I thought I could play it. But turned out it's harder than I thought. The notes in between. So I tried to defend Kirk. 2021, the year that I started to phase out talking videos. Making talking videos is very hard, the editing, and so I tried to make them rarer. And the most popular video of 2021 was why Metallica could not find a better bassist. Again, pretty intriguing title, but as soon as you start watching the video, you see what I mean. Actually, a lot of people thought that Robert was not the best option, but I explained why he was the best and still is the best for Metallica. Almost 500,000 views. And besides that, I started to move my Metallica stuff on this channel, Metallic Geek, and started making shorts. Shorts really blew up. I didn't expect it actually. And so far, my most watched video, semi-video short, is 6 million views. Metallica forgot they used this link before. In Atlas Rise and Suicide and Redemption, there is a little Kirk Hammett's link that is identical. It somehow got so many views. By the end of the year, the short started performing worse, and so I started making short, regular videos. And that worked too. And actually, The most watched video of all time by me is James Hetfield Riff Precision compilation. Literally half year ago, but it has almost 1.5 million views now. That was another way I tried to make something of a compilation using the isolated tracks. You see how for all these years, 8 years, 8 phases of the channel. And every time I thought, man, I don't know what to do next. I don't have fun making this style. Every time I found something new and fresh, fun to make and fun to watch for the guys and girls. And this thing is always working on the background. Having the momentum of making videos is the most important thing. This is a resource that you have to cherish. Momentum. Don't break the chain. Do something on a regular basis. It gives you the pump. But actually, I have a pretty big video this year about Metallica. On my main channel, I play music now there. Play this guitar riff on bass if you want to break your small hand. I got pretty small hands, legit small hands. And I tried to play Fade to Black intro on bass. That's such a stretch. It's over 100,000 views now. Man. And by the way, I started a new podcast called Do You Want Heavy? Featuring Metal Pilgrim, who talks about Maiden and Judas Priest mostly. We'll talk about metal. Let's try not to mention Metallica as long as we can, because Metallica is not all the metal.
Since you first time said, let's not mention Metallica, you mentioned it like 5 times.
And also I started my band. All the links in description. Thanks for support. Happy Cliff Burton's day. 60 years he would be now. Let's keep his fire by making riffs and playing good music. Thanks for listening. It's Andriy Vasylenko and hear you next time.